play golf. So it was easy for a lot of us to get on there. If it had been expensive, I would not be sitting here today because my family didn't have much money. So the access, giving those kids access to the golf course is very important, and sometimes it starts off by caddying. But I think the more golf courses you have here in Mexico, the more chance you've got of getting good young players and starting off at a young age. So I think, especially over the last, say, 15 years, 20 years, the amount of golf courses that have been built in this country is sure it's going to help in the long run to get the younger guys out there and get some really good players out there. With regard to the budget, I'm not 100% sure what the full amount is. I mean, you'd have to speak to Geordie's the one that wrote all the checks. I mean, I have an idea, but I don't really want to, I'd be speaking out of turn. The golf course, I would say each year as we go along, it's going to get better and better, but it will be mature and ready for play probably around about the end of next year. I mean, it will be playable this year in January, February, or sort of February and March. But, for a golf course to mature, it needs at least a year or a season to go through. And that's also from the superintendent's point of view, because he's got a feel for the golf course. So as he progresses through the first season, he'll get better and better at his job, and he'll understand the golf course more. So to answer your question, it will be ready in February, March for play. When will it start being its best? Toward this time, at the end of next year. And then it will continue to get better and better from thereafter. The only one that I played so I can't really speak for the other ones. But every golf course is different. If you tried to build the same golf course twice, you couldn't do it. And I certainly did not want to build anything like Mayakoba. It's not the same piece of property, it's a different style golf course. My whole, in fact, as us as a group, the most important thing was to build the best golf course we could on this property. And the style of golf course is, I would call it an inland parkland course. So it will have its own character. I don't think you can, as a golfer, you'll be able to compare. You'll be able to go over there and play this one and say which one or some of the others, and you will be able to decide which one you like the most, and also that the style is just what I would call, the one that fits the property. So it's nothing, I can't put it in a category. I think the other thing is I'm like some architects that like to leave a thumbprint on their piece of property. Let's say, for example, pt.3 uses a lot of wood ties and railroad ties. And so it's very easy to see, this is a pt.3 course. To me, the ultimate compliment that someone could pay me about my golf course is when they finish playing and say, this is a great golf course, who built it? Because you haven't left your own personal mark on there. What you've done is you've created a golf course that fits the property the very best. All 18. No, I have a few favorites out there. I think it'd be hard to single out one of them, but there's probably 5 or 6 really, really, really good holes that look like they've been there for 100 years. To me, they just look like they just fit in the property so beautifully, and it was a challenge to try and bring a lot of the other holes up to that standard. But I think we did a pretty good job. So the signature hole, you hope that when someone plays your golf course, they'll remember more than one hole, and that's what we try to do here. One thing that we did do was originally the 9th hole on the golf course was going to finish in front of the clubhouse. And about 3 or 4 months ago, when we were finishing off that one area, one section, which was 7, 8, and 9, we decided to flip the 9s and take what was the 9th hole and turn it into the 18th hole. And I think when you stand on top of the clubhouse and look back down the fairway, you'll understand why we did it, because it's really, really beautiful up there. Very understated and just has a beautiful ambience when you sit in the clubhouse and look back down the hole. So that's the one change that we did. But I think 18 will probably be the hole that a lot of people will remember the most. I'll find out some friends, see who wants to come down, but you know, either Dean or Orca is going to caddy for me, so that'll be good. No, but I don't know, we'll see. I'll see what I can do, see if I can get some friends to come down and come and play. I mean, that would be a very proud moment, obviously, when you come down and you open a course with your friends. So find out the comments from the better players, you know, because I know the handicap players are going to really enjoy playing this golf course. And as I said to Geordie earlier, one of the highest compliment that any person who plays this golf course would pay me is when they finished and they've got an hour and a half of sunlight left, they say to each other, let's go play another 9 holes. So that's one of the things. It's an enjoyment thing. I design golf courses not to beat people up. I design golf courses for fun and people can enjoy it. A good challenge, but for people to enjoy themselves. And not lose 3 dozen balls. When you're playing well, it's playing, you know, but now I don't play as well as I used to, but this is for me, it's always been a passion to build golf courses. And as the years have progressed, I think I've got better and better, and I'm learning more and more, and I'm enjoying it more because you learn about all the pitfalls and the problems that you may have. But the being creative it's a wonderful feeling, you know, when you finish it and you can build a golf course that people can play for, you know, hundreds or years to come and enjoy themselves. And people come up to me when I'm out on tour and say, I played your golf course in 4 streams. I absolutely love it. I'm going back to play. And that's music for me. I really enjoy it. So, you know, I get to play with amateurs every Wednesday in the Pro-Am. And I see the courses that really they struggle on. So over all those years of playing in the Pro-Ams, I try and, you know, figure out a way how to help a guy to at least enjoy his golf a bit more. Because the average guy wants to play. He doesn't want to drop the ball out of the water or out of the trees all the time. So you give him a little more room, especially for a slice, you give him a little more room up there so he can play and swing the club. And that's how you get better. The more you play, the better you should get better anyway. You know, obviously, it's very important to us to have as little an impact on the environment as we can. And I think this golf course, we've done a fantastic job of that. We've cleared only what's necessary. We've got a lot of beautiful indigenous trees that we have saved and put on the golf course as well, and we're going to continue to do that. And I think if you go out there and you have a look, you'll see that the golf course fits in with this environment. It's not something that doesn't work for the environment. So we were very important to us that we're aware of the environment, and I think, you know, to be honest, I think we may have improved on it a little bit.